Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. This is your science lecture of grade 5th and I am your science teacher Aparna Pandey from Arjun Progressive School, Lamachor. So student, as you all know that in science we have started our new chapter number 6. In science we have started new chapter number 6 and its name is Safety and First Aid. The name of chapter is Safety and First Aid. So related to this chapter students, till now I have explained you that why it is required to take care of ourselves and how we can take care of ourselves. What are the things, what are the measures that we must to take to keep us safe. This all I have explained you in previous video, and when due to some mistakes, some accidents occur and we get injured, then how we have to give the first aid. This also I have explained to you, and there I have also explained you what is first aid, what are the items that we are keeping in first aid and how to give the first aid to the injured person, right? These things we have discussed in our previous video. So student, in today's video, here we are going to discuss further about the problems that may occur due to some accident and so how to deal with them. So in today's class, first we are going to discuss about the sprains and fractures. So let's see what are sprains or what is a sprain, what is fracture, and if it occurs, then how to give treatment to a person suffering from sprain and fracture. So let's see. Kindly open your science books, page number 54. In your science book, page number 54, you can see here topic is given sprain and fracture. Topic is given here sprain and fracture. So we are going to discuss this topic. So student, do you know what is a sprain? A sprain is a broken portion of the tissue around a joint. Means when tissues around a joint get broken, then we say that sprain occur or sprain is there. It is very painful. So see what it is saying. When the tissues around a joint get broken, we call it a sprain. When tissues around a joint get broken, we call it sprain. Then when sprain occurs, then what happens? Then due to sprain, swelling and discoloration of the skin occur. Then swelling and discoloration of the skin occur. Then you can see further it is written bone cracks or breaks. What it is written? You can see here it is given when the bone cracks or breaks, we call it fracture. जब कोई बोन हमारी किसी बोन में क्रैक आ जाता है या ड्यू टू एक्सीडेंट बोन हमारी टूट जाती है, वी कॉल इट फ्रैक्चर. So student, till now we come to know that what is sprain and what is fracture. Sprain is occur when there is a broken tissue around a joint. जब joint के around surrounding में जो tissues हैं जब वो break हो जाती है तब हम उसे कहते हैं कि sprain हो गया है. And when bone cracks or breaks due to any reason, then we call it is a fracture. Okay. Now, sprain and fracture both are very much painful. दोनों ही चीजें कैसी होती है? Painful होती है. Now see what it is saying. The following steps should be taken for the first aid. So now, if any person in your surrounding is suffering from sprain or fracture, so how you will give him treatment? How you will provide him first aid? So let's see this. If bone fracture is not suspected, keep applying cold packs or ice cubes on the injured part of the victim till the swelling disappears. Means if the bone fracture is not suspected, means you were having pain or a person suffering from bone fracture is having pain at a particular portion, but it is not suspected that yes it is a fracture only. Bone fractures is not suspected. Then what we have to do? Then we have to keep ice cubes or cold ice packs in that injured portion, okay, so that the swelling must not appear, or if swelling is there then it must get disappear. Second thing, in case of fractures, do not move the patient as far as possible. Means if any person is suffering from the fracture or a sprain, then give treatment, give first aid to that person from at a place where that person is sitting. Don't say that person to move from its place. Then, if the patient has to be moved, tie a splint to give support to the broken bone and to prevent unnecessary movement. Now, if it is a condition that person has to move from its place, he cannot remain at the place he is suffering from the fracture, and it is a need to make a movement, then what you have to do, you have to tie a splint so that you can give support to the broken bone, and also to provide the unnecessary, also to prevent the unnecessary movement. For splint, use easily available things like sheets of newspaper, magazines or piece of cardboard or a pillow around the injured part. This will prevent further dislocation. Means at splint you are tying a splint, means you are trying to provide a support, the initial support that must be given so that bone must not delocate or dislocate from its position. So the support that is given, it can be given simply by using newspapers, by using magazines, rough cardboards. By using such things also, you can give support to the fractured bone. If the bone of the arm are broken, use a sling made from a triangular piece of cloth. And what is sling? This you can see here. It is given in the picture. This is a sling. Okay. If arm bone is broken, then you can give support to the bone, to the arm bone by this sling. Sling can be made by the triangular piece of cloth. Then another thing that it is saying related to fracture and sprain is, if the bones of a leg are broken, tie the leg with a splint and ask the patient to lie down. अगर किसी पेशेंट के, किसी पर्सन के लेग बोन में लग गई है, then what you will do? Then you will give support with the help of the splint, and you have to ask the patient to lie down. Means he must not try any type of movement. Okay, the injured leg should not be moved at all. If the victim has to be moved, he should be taken on a stretcher. If it is required that person has to move, he cannot stay at a place he is. So for the movement, we must provide a stretcher to a person. Send for the doctor immediately or take the patient to the doctor comfortably. Okay, means either you have to call to the doctor or you can take patient to the doctor, but very comfortably. Get an X-ray taken of the fractured part, and you must have to take a person for the X-ray of the broken part, so that you must come to know that how much area of the bone is broken, or it's only a pain, whether it is fractured or not. So how we will come to know this all? This all we will come to know by X-ray. So after giving these all first aid things and taking person to the doctor, the X-ray is the must foremost thing that is required at the time of fracture and sprain. Now, second thing is burns. So, beta, the second topic that we are going to discuss is burns. Now, you know very well what are burns or what is burn. See, when we touch some hot object, or fire or boiling water or boiling milk or a very hot utensil, then what happens? The skin get burned. Okay. So let's see what is given in your book. It is saying one can get burns from hot objects, fire, boiling water or milk, crackers and electric points. These are the things which may create burns, which may occur burn. Now see what it is saying. After this, chemicals like acids may also causes burns. Chemicals like acids may also causes burns. The burns may be minor or severe. Burns can be a minor burn or it can be a severe burn. Burns are very painful. Okay. So let's see that as it has said, burns may be a minor burns or burns may be a severe burns. So the treatment are also different. The first aid which should be given for the minor burn is quite different from the first aid which to be given to the severe burn. So let's see what it is. Minor burns. In case of minor burns, follow the following steps. So let's see what it is saying. It is saying that apply cold water or ice cubes on the burnt part. If any portion of the body is burnt, then first of all you have to apply ice cubes or water in that area. Cooling of the burn gives relief from pain. Okay, cooling of the burn gives relief from pain. Second thing is that apply an antiseptic Bernol on the burn part to protect from infection. First you have applied the ice cube. Now second thing is that the portion which is burnt, you have to apply antiseptic cream Bernol, which is very easily available in market, so that you can protect the burnt area from infection. Then apply a paste of baking soda and water for relief. Then what you have to do? Then you have to apply a paste of baking soda and water so that you can get relief. Or the person to whom you are giving first aid, he must get relief. So these are the steps that can be taken at the time of minor burns. Now let's see, if suppose somebody gets severe burn, then what steps you must follow. So see, in case of severe burns, sometimes blisters are formed. Blisters means in Hindi we call it फफूला. आपने सुना होगा, जब हमारा कभी हाथ जल जाता है या कोई पोर्शन स्किन का जल जाता है तो वहाँ पे एक फफूला उठ जाता है. That is called blister. So do not try to prick the blister. सबसे पहली बात तो आपको उस फफूले को फोड़ना नहीं है. Do not try to prick the blister. The broken blister becomes an open wound. अगर वो फफूला फूट जाता है तो वो एक open wound हो जाता है, खुला हुआ एक, जिसे हम वाउंड कहेंगे ना, जख्म जिसे आप हिंदी में कहते हैं. तो एक खुला हुआ जख्म हो जाएगा, खुली हुई चोट हो जाएगी, which get easily infected by the germs. Which get easily infected by the germs. So the broken blister become an open wound, it get infected. So second thing what you have to do, cover the burnt area with a clean piece of cloth or sterilized gauze to protect it from air and dust particles. First of all, you don't have to prick the blister. Second thing is that the burned area must be covered with the clean cloth or a sterilized gauze. This is easily available in market. You have to cover the portion, burnt portion from that so that you can protect the area from air and dust. The air contains germs which may cause infection. Then it is saying, do not remove the burnt clothes if sticking to the skin. Do not remove the burnt clothes if sticking to the skin. मान लीजिए कुछ ऐसे सीवियर बर्न्स हुए हैं जिनकी वजह से आपके क्लोथ्स मीन्स जो भी पर्सन सफर कर रहा है सीवियर बर्न से, उसके क्लोथ्स अगर उसकी स्किन में स्टिक हो गए हैं बर्न की वजह से, सो यू डोंट हैव टू ट्राई टू पिक इट अप. ऐसा नहीं करना है. जो अगर कोई स्टिक हो गया है कपड़ा तो उसको एज इट इज रहने दीजिए, उसे खींच कर नहीं निकालना है. इट इज नॉट गुड फॉर द पर्सन. So do not remove the burnt cloth if sticking to the skin. If the victim is in a state of shock, give him plenty of liquid to sip. The person who got severe burn is in a shock, is just shocked that oh my god, what is this happen, or he is breathing very fast, वो comfort zone में नहीं आ पा रहा है, बहुत ज़्यादा घबरा गया है, तो what you have to do, you have to give him plenty of liquids to sip. Then next you can see, dip a sterilized piece of cloth in a solution of baking soda and apply it on a burnt part. This also you can do. Then you can take a sterilized piece of cloth and then in a solution of baking soda, you have to take a sterilized cloth and you have to put that in a baking soda solution. After that, apply that in a burnt part. The third is that take the patient to the doctor. Severe burn must be treated by a doctor. Another thing is that you have to take a patient to the doctor and severe burn must be treated by a doctor. Don't think that you will do the treatment of that severe burn at your home. Yes, you can provide first aid so that patient get relief from the pain. But it doesn't mean that you will provide all the treatment. No, you have to take patient to a doctor. Then after the severe burns, let's see chemical burns. Now what are chemical burns? The burns that occur due to the chemical are called chemical burns. Let's see what it is saying. The chemical burns may be treated by the following steps. So what are the steps for treating the chemical burns? First, remove any clothing from the affected part. Use plenty of water to wash off the chemical. It reduces the extent of injury. Means if there is a chemical burn, then first of all you have to take out the cloth from that portion, and after that you have to use a plenty of water to wash. Okay, after that you have to use plenty of water to wash off the chemical, because as much as water you will use for washing the chemical, that much relief the patient will get. Then place a clean cloth over the burnt area. Then you have to put a clean cloth over a burnt area. In case of severe burns, take the patient to the doctor. If again, see, the severe burns can occur through chemicals also. So in case of severe burns, take the patient to a doctor. Then the last topic that we are going to discuss for today's video is firefighting. So let's see what is this firefighting. If there is a fire in your neighborhood, then what you should do to help your neighbors and save your surrounding. Steps are given here. Let's see what are these. So beta, first of all you have to call the fire brigade immediately. The foremost step that you have to do, for the foremost step that you have to take at the time of fire is that you have to call the fire brigade immediately. Second thing is that if the fire is caused by electric circuit, switch off the main switch immediately. If any fire is caused due to the electric circuit, then you have to close the main switch so that the supply of current can be stopped. Then if a person's clothes catches fire, then follow the following steps. And if the person's cloth catches fire, then what are the steps that can be followed to save that person? First of all, do not allow the victim to run around the panic. This will increase the flame, because as much as the person will run, he will get air, and the supply of air always supports fire. So do not allow the victim to run around in panic. This will increase the flame. Second thing is that make the victim to roll on the ground. Make the victim to roll on the ground so that fire gets stopped from the clothes. Then cover the victim with a thick blanket. This cuts off the air supply and put out the fire. Because as soon as the supply of air is cut, then fire will not be supported. So for the cut of the air, we have to cover the person from the blanket, and this will stop the fire as well as give relief to a person. Then, if the fire is caused by defective wiring or electric gadgets. Now, if any fire occurred due to the electric gadgets or defective wiring, then what we have to do? Then switch off the main supply. First of all, we have to switch off the main supply. Second, do not throw water on the fire. Okay? We must not throw water on the fire because that fire is due to the electric current. So we must not throw water on such fire. Then throw sand or mud on the fire. It may extinguish the fire. Okay, if such situation occurs, then we have to put mud or a sand on the fire so that fire must get extinguished. Now, another point that we can follow at the time of fire is never throw water on a kerosene or a petrol fire. Okay, like you must not throw water in the electric fire. In the same way, you must not throw water on the kerosene or the petrol fire. Water will make the fire flare up. Due to the water, the fire will flare up. Put out the fire by throwing sand or mud on it. Use a fire extinguisher to put out the fire. That's why I hope that you have seen in big institutes and big buildings where the number of people work there. In hospitals, in offices, in schools, you have seen that fire extinguishers are placed in different areas, so that by the way, due to any mistake, if fire occurs, so we can cut the fire with the help of fire extinguishers. So students, in today's class, we have discussed how to give first aid to the person suffering from sprain and fractures, how to give first aid for the burns, for the minor burns, for the major burns, or if burn occurred due to the chemicals. And then we have also learned then what steps must be followed to stop fire. So these things we have learned in today's class. The rest part of the chapter we will discuss in next video. I hope whatever I have explained today you all will get that. I hope you all will like this video. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.